that's just what you have to do when you start to build rapport. Another thing I thought was so key when you start building rapport, you say, have you met with anybody else? Because they're not just going to meet with you, especially if you're going after the business the second time. We talked about it every single time, and we saw it. People do business 80% of the time with the very first real estate agent they talk to. And that's how we're getting some of these people when you're dealing directly with a seller to meet with them. But if they already had a real estate agent, they dropped the ball, they were that 80% where they dealt with them the first time, it's even harder to build rapport because now they're going to have their guard up. So playing with their dog, asking questions like, hey, have you met with anybody else? And they're going to probably say, yeah. I'd say, let me guess, how many people did you meet with? Oh, we met with 3 or 4 people. Fantastic. And then you're going to say one guy probably came in really, really high because he wanted to get your business because he said that he could sell your house for this price. Another agent came in really, really low because they just don't want to do any work, and they just said, well, the market will take it at that point. How did that make you feel? And they're going to say, well, I really didn't like the fact that the guy lowballed me, or he was so unrealistic on the price in the very beginning. And that's where you start building rapport, saying, what we're going to do is give you an honest opinion on what the property is worth. We don't have a magic or crystal ball, otherwise we don't make a lot more money. But what we can do is, here's the comps, and basically kind of start building rapport that way. But if you ask them ahead of time to just get it out of the way, how many people have you met with so far? They say none. I say, that's the other thing too, is say, I'd like to probably meet with you at the very end and not the very beginning, because then you can actually disprove some of the things that some of these other agents say. And so the number one mistake in all listing presentations is being informative instead of persuasive. So like when you're going on these listing appointments and you're just giving them tons of market information, it doesn't call them to do an action. There's no action to call. You have to be persuasive in your decision. If I'm able to do this, are you able to do that? If we're able to get this accomplished, is that something that we can do moving forward? And my close is always great. I said, so for everything that you just heard, is there anything else that you'd like to change? Or is there anything that you've heard that wouldn't want you to make you move forward? It's a call to action right there. That's an easy close, because you're not saying, hey, sign this piece of paper. You're saying, is there anything that I've said or that I've talked about that wouldn't make you want to move forward? And if they say no or they say yes, then you actually can continue the conversation, continue your sales pitch. But if they say no, that is your close. Great, let's go ahead and sign the paper now. That's your call to action, being persuasive. Small message, big impact. You have to be authentic, but it's your small message, big impact type of things where you're not going to sit there and just, because guys, they're going to lose 80% of everything that they ever listen to you by the first time you walk out the door, or maybe 50%. And then it's 10% per day until you follow up with them. So make sure that you have a call to action and you're being persuasive. So the other thing now is building value. How do you think you can build value? Any ideas? Michael, anything to build value?
I know one thing I'm listening to what we talk about is active marketing versus passive marketing. Most agents just stick a sign in the yard and they just hope that it sells. We have a whole marketing strategy for your property, from social media to order promoting it to videos to pre-marketing to all of our in-house buyers, which we have over 39,000 in-house buyers already. So I think that's the value that we add. That most realtors just come in and they're just going to stick a sign in the yard.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's a great way to build value. Another thing is, guys, you're going on an appointment, so you have your client's name. Look them up on LinkedIn. Look them up on Facebook. Look and see what they enjoy, where they went to school, what they do for fun.